Hi, I'm Clyde Kilough, and this is Verse by Verse, a short podcast all about exploring the insights and lessons of the inspired Word of God. I love figs. Nice, ripe figs, freshly picked off the tree, fig preserves on my toast for breakfast, dried figs, fig bars. I love figs so much, I planted a couple of fig trees this spring, and I'm looking forward to harvesting my first crop sometime in the near future. Now, they're just one of many fruits that I, probably like you, really love. Fruits that are so nutritious, tasty, even pretty to look at with all the colors and designs. What a gift from God. He could have created just one fruit that would have met all of our dietary needs and made it taste like tree bark, but He didn't. Instead, He made over 2,000 different types of fruits that He intended for our benefit and enjoyment. Fruit is just one of life's many pleasures for which we should always be grateful. Have you ever considered how He also intended for us, His children, to bear in our character a great variety of fruit? Spiritual fruit. Two verses we are examining today, Galatians 5:22 and 23, list that fruit. We read there, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such there is no law." Just like the fruit of the trees, the vines, or the fields, there is a spiritual parallel of a fruit, a result, an effect, of God's Spirit working in the life of a person. It produces a wide variety of identifiable works, actions, deeds, attitudes, character traits, and these are the marks of a true Christian. One time Jesus was teaching His disciples about watching out for false prophets, and how is one to know whether someone is a wolf in sheep's clothing? Jesus said, "You will know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes from thorn bushes, or figs from thistles? Even so, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a bad tree bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Therefore, by their fruits you will know them." So here in Galatians 5, Paul specifically identifies what to look for. These are the identifying signs that enable us to know if someone really is following God, letting Christ live in them through His Spirit, and growing in the character of God. One will see all these qualities growing, changing that person from what they were at one time into a person whose character is becoming like that of Jesus Christ. But sometimes people get a little confused. What about when you see a person who is obviously not following God, but seems to have some of these qualities? Maybe they are very patient. Maybe they really are pretty kind, or do a lot of good things for others. Well, that's wonderful. We're glad to see that in every human. But does that mean that they are a Christian? That if they're good in some of these areas, that's all that's needed? Well, no. Paul was explaining here that a Christian who is really growing in their spiritual lives will be developing all of these qualities. Paul pictures this as a single tree from which 9 different fruits grow. These traits are all aspects of God's holy character. And producing all of these fruits is what really changes a person, what makes them walk and live like Christ as they reflect His character. Jesus said in another place, John 15:16, "You did not choose me, but I chose you, and appointed you that you should go and bear fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatever you ask the Father in my name, He may give you." Just as the physical fruit we enjoy is wonderful and a great blessing, this is the greatest fruit we can bear, and continue to bear more and more as the years go by.
Verse by Verse is a companion podcast to the Daily Bible Verse blog, which you can find on the Life, Hope, and Truth Learning Center. Check out the show notes for more.